Well, good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sports Drive Show. I am your host, Brian Monango, unpacking and updating you with the latest sports news. Well, there is so much to talk about that we had seen over the course of this weekend, but for me, the highlight of the weekend is Ireland, the best team in the world, ranked number one, as they stay in number one position after beating South Africa. But we will talk more about that right after we get into the hit list. Well, we'd like to start off with the Brave Gladiators, who defeated Gambia 2-0 in the Women African Cup of Nations second leg qualifier match played in Casablanca, Morocco. On an aggregate, the Namibians won the game 5-2 as they won 3-2 on Thursday in the first leg match. So huge congratulations to the girls. As you can see, captain, it's also her birthday today, so we'd like to wish her a happy birthday. Well, the Windhoek Motor Club successful MNZ Motors Speed Festival held at the Tony Rust racetrack last weekend. Well, it was one of the events that will be fondly remembered by each of the participants and spectators, I must say. But let's not talk a lot about that. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Eerste ronde amptelik. Natuurlijk Cedric Burger wat daar weggevlieg het met die Narkie Opel Astra. Baie mooi voorbereide Opel Astra. Jan wat natuurlijk in die E-klas. Gary wat vir hulle wegry op die oomblik met daai 328. Mia daar in die vierde posisie lyk dit vir my te vind. Gary wat bietjie wyd gaan, hoor jy. Mia waar gedruk word van agteraf. Ja, waar daar gedruk word. Mia aangeslag om hom af te skud. Kom Gary verby. Ons kyk wie kom tweede en kom ja in die tweede plek. In die derde plek is die ander BMW. ...200 meter voor Melkemus. Martin Bench nog steeds in die derde plek. Met Ernst Viljoen in die Alfa Romeo vierde. Daar kom Meld. Pel en daai pragtige blou Escortjie van hom. Televisienetwerk of NTV, ons bring vir hierdie Windhoek Motor Club MNZ Speed Festival lewendig hier van Tony Rust in Windhoek. So dit is hier gaan die besem en daai pragtige Mercedes-Benz van MNZ, gebaard deur MNZ natuurlijk. Hierdie Windhoek Motor Club MNZ Motor Speed Festival met ons besoekende Suid-Afrikaanse jaars wat was. Hier kom hulle nou deur, rolling start en daar gaan ons. Chrysler ook daar so, aarde, daar staan Jan Everson se kar. Ja, dit is Gary wat daar by Craig Bischoff gegaan het met die MR2. sy oom wat daar verby skiet, Ewald Melkman wat nou agter Gary aan is. Ek dink hy vermoed hy jaag vir Gary oor iets wat hy verkeerd gedoen het, maar ons gaan maar moet sien wie jy eerste oor die bal kom. Dalk net nee, Gary is nog steeds voor. Gary af in die duik hulle af hier na die wegspringrooster toe. Eindstreep. Okay, here they come and some of them went off the track. So, maar hulle is weg. Ek nou nie so hanteer soos daai escort nie. Kom Louis Pel, hy jaag bietjie vir Malcolm. Is Louis kort op Melkin. Sy hake. Die klein escort van Louis, wat natuurlijk fantastisch voorbereid is en natuurlijk nie 'n standaard engine in dit nie. Ja, nou gooi hy olie vir daai veillyn. As Louis kort op sy agterbuffer. Ons kyk of Louis hom verby kan gaan. Louis probeer aan die buitekant. Ons kyk of Louis daai lyn kan hou. Wraggies, Louis het daai lyn gehou. Hy vat hom deur. Daar deur haar op corner. Die deur is toe. Die MR2, die MR2 wat hier so heel agter is. Kyk wat natuurlik nou met 'n kar jaag wat bietjie beskadig is. Maar ons kyk daar gaan Malcolm verby kry. Nou is Louis bietjie agter. Louis is nou bietjie ver agter. Ons kyk of hy vir Malcolm kan Mighty Morris Minor wat daar teen die bult uitgeskree het. En hier kom Jan verby. Ja, daar so het ons hier kom die Capri van
Well, the Speed Festival was definitely a fun event. I was there for half of the day before I had to leave for the BDO Namibian Squash Open that concluded on a high, I must say. Well, before we do take a look at the clips and the highlights, we'd just like to say that Mena Walid was crowned the champion of the PSA Women, and Adegoke from Nigeria was crowned the PSA Men's winner, while in the Men's A Division, Farouk from Nigeria was also first there. Philip Musonda took the B division, and then in the women's A division, Dene Van Sale from South Africa took first place. But it was all well worked, a beautiful event put together. But with that, let's take a look at the highlights.
Worse and worse, if that's the word I'm going to use. Carnival drawing ahead there with another point, again 5-4 now. That's how it works. Fitness and mind and tactics and your level of skill can take you into a winning factor. We saw this yesterday with Max Njola being in the fifth set. He made the mistakes. He's made 2 mistakes quickly in a row, and Damien came back into the game. And I just hope Gabriel
No
can.
matter what, you must first get the basics right before you pull off fancy shots.
That's a difficult one, Daniel. You know, these guys can play their fancy shots most day long, and
Getting another point. 2 up, 8-6.
Down, 9-6.
And corner. Smith not being able to reach it. It's the bigger man of the two. It's 2 love now. To 1 already there in the lead also with 1 love.
Love, 2 love.
Catching Steven very there. A lot of mistakes in this match so far. Hampering play. Like you said also. Now Dial there is on court and plays as well.
100%.
4-7.
More comfortable as the match progresses. So you said it might be, the jitters.
That's
Again,
incredibly fast across the court, but he reads the game so well. See, he realized that Nkiza was going to be great. I really can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. We're really going to have world-class squash. Every day gets better. Obviously, the guys' bodies are also feeling it after a week of intense squash. But Donnie, you've been sitting next to me for the last 3 days. I'm sure you've learnt a lot about squash as well. I'm sure you've gained a great experience. Are we going to be seeing you on court soon?
on me on court soon. I'll have to think about that. But yes, I must say I would like to thank the association and Wonders. I've really learned a lot. Had to brush up a bit on my basic knowledge of the game, but I've really enjoyed it for the last 3 days, and I will definitely enjoy it tomorrow as well. Thanks to BDO, the main sponsor here. Thanks to Wonders. Thanks to the Namibia Squash Association. We'll be joining you tomorrow again live on network television at 4.
It's going to
Well, that was the last game as we saw Adegoke from Nigeria take on Damien from South Africa, and we saw Adegoke claim the PSA. As you can see, the Mex and Jala in the crowd, and yeah, it was very beautiful scenery going on there. Well, Ingo Waldschmidt talks about the 8th round of the Namibian National Moto X Championship that took place in Swakopmund. Let's take a look at that.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ingo Waldschmidt. We're here in Swakopmund at the opposite the Salt Company racetrack, where the 8th round of the Namibian National Championships are taking place today. And yeah, we're having a great venue, lots of work that's been put into it, and we're looking forward to a nice, exciting race day. The 8th round, meaning we've already done 8 races, or this is the 8th out of 7 we've already done in Namibia. We ride in Windhoek, in Omaruru, and in Gobabis, and then this is our other track that we ride at, and we've got 10 in total, 10 rounds, and this is round number 8. And all obviously all the points that are tallied together, the overall, basically the champion will be decided on the 10th round, and that's how it goes down. The guys that basically scores the most points is the winner, and then it goes down like that. Well, we've got today motocross here, and we've got 54 different entries or riders in their different classes. Talking about classes, we've got from 50 cc's to 65 to 85, 125, open class, and not to forget we've got the women's class as well. They're all obviously in their different age groups, and they get divided into their different classes, and we're riding for the Namibian National Championship. So yeah, this is the 8th round, and there are in total 10 races to be done. We've still got 2 left after this. And yeah, we're looking forward to having a great day.
I'm Mark Shanago from Namibia. I'm here in Swakopmund at the motocross for round 8 of the national championship. I actually retired earlier this year, and then I was asked to race the MX of African Nations, and then I started training for that, and I trained really hard for that, and I did our previous races, and that put me back into the championship. So it's not that I'm coming out of retirement, but I can still win the championship this season. So that's the only reason why I'm going to finish the season off. And obviously that means that I keep on training hard and trying to finish off strongly. The track's really awesome. I think the people here did a really amazing job prepping the track and getting the entire event organized. The place looks amazing, and it's just an awesome vibe here today. Our first heat is done now. I did really well. I was able to win it. I had a smooth race, and I changed some stuff from the previous race that we had in Omaruru. I struggled with some minor fitness stuff and suspension setup and stuff. I changed that, and I think it worked off. It went really well now. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Zoe Waldschmidt. I'll be in the Women in Motorsports class today. And I started riding when I was 7, 8, around there. And now I'm 17. And I'm actually looking forward to this race because I haven't ridden on this track since I think 2021, because sadly I wasn't here last year to race it. And I'm currently in an injury, so I'm hoping that it'll go good today, that I don't hurt it more. But yeah. My last race in Oamaru was quite fun. I came first there, but had a bit of competition with one of the girls being behind me the whole time, Ronya. And today hopefully also have competition with her and everything, and push each other a bit, and to change any or to do anything different. My main concern is not to fall and just hurt myself more, but yeah.
Well, the national women's cricket team, the Capricorn Eagles, were officially sent off at Nankuse last week while marking the beginning of their journey to take on United Arab Emirates in its 6 T20 internationals in Dubai T20. Well, Johan Muller and the head coach of the team had this to say.
Yeah, but secondly, the purpose of the tour is to play 6 T20 internationals against UAE. UAE is currently ranked 2 spots above us, and it's important for us to keep playing countries ranked higher than us. That's the only way that you improve. It's the only way that you really test your skills. We've beaten them twice earlier this year, 3 times, Francois, twice earlier this year. So there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm very much afraid that the girls or the women wouldn't like Dubai. It's nothing to be excited about. It's skytrains and airplanes and a lot of building and oceans and stuff like that. But it's wonderful just to be able to send you off. We really want to wish you all the best to play in an event like that. Don't stand back, fight for every run, and show off your skills, because you are amazing cricketers. You've grown so much in the last 2.5 years. And go and enjoy it, because that's when you play your best cricket. Just a show of hands, maybe, have any of you been to Dubai? Have any of you played in Dubai? Yes. Anyone else has been to Dubai? So this is a first for many. Wonderful. Capricorn are helping you that the flight isn't that long, so there's something special in the bag. Can I ask Francois just to come and help handing it over? And then Irene, if you can just lead your team to the handover of this, and then I'm going to give the mic to you. to hand something back over to Molise.
We're very excited to go and play again. So it's always exciting times when you start playing international cricket again. So we had a bit of a layoff since April, but we had a good tournament in April. So we played UAE here at home, and we had a good tournament against them. We beat them 2-0. But now we're going to the unknown. We're playing in totally different conditions again, and it's a good experience for these girls. So we want to test ourselves against the best countries in the world, and that's why we're setting these type of tournaments up. So yeah, we're very eager to get onto the airplane tomorrow and start playing.
Talking about the conditions, we're also just entering our summer and the heat and humidity. What role do you play?
Yeah, obviously that's the unknown factor, but I got a lot of feedback from our national head coach, Pierre the Brain as well, so our men's team play there quite often. So the humidity is going to play a factor, but we're prepared for that. So a lot of these girls went into saunas, steam rooms, so physically we prepared really well. Our conditioning is much better where we were like 5 months ago. But we're playing at a wonderful facility there in Dubai, so it's a good facility, and it's a type of facility with good bouncing wickets that's going to suit our game better.
Talking about expectations, what are the expectations from this tournament?
Well, always when you play international cricket and you represent your country, you want to go and do well. So every single game is very important for us, and like I mentioned before, it's all about world rankings. So if we can get those wins going, our world rankings will improve.
Any chance of us seeing some new girls joining the team?
Yeah, so unfortunately this time 2 of our senior women's missing out on this tour, but it opens a door for youngsters. So our pipeline is really growing, and there's great opportunities for 2 youngsters to show what they're worth on this tour.
Well, Ario Khan is on standby in France, and this is what he has for us.
Good day everyone, it's international sports news related to Rugby World Cup 2023 from France, and it is a World Cup that going fast now through the group stages. And Namibia played 3 games already, heading for their 4th game on Wednesday. Big game against Uruguay that's going to be played in Lyon. Before we get to more details about that, let's have a look what happened last night. 2 big games that was played. Firstly, Scotland played against Tonga. Difficult group they're in against Ireland and South Africa as well. And it was Scotland that beat Tonga by 45 points to 17, keeping their hopes alive still to qualify for the playoffs. But they need to beat Ireland in the last game on the 7th of October. So that is a big game for them. But first, lots of rugby to be played in between. Big game that was played also was Australia, and it was they played against Wales. It was Wales coming away with a big victory there, 40 points to 6. It is not good news for Eddie Jones and his Australian team. They will probably be knocked out of the group stages or not get to the playoffs, and that will be not good news for Australia. But it's still dependable on Fiji beating Georgia and Portugal in their 2 remaining games. Fiji, a brilliant chance now to advance to the quarter-finals. Also news from South Africa, and it is news from the camp. It seems like Handré Pollard will make his comeback into the World Cup, or his debut into the World Cup when South Africa play against Tonga. That will be this coming weekend, and it's lots of discussions about the goal kicking for South Africa. It is Mani Lubbock that battled against Ireland, and it is expected that Pollard will be the fly-off, and if he succeeds with his kicking, he might be the player to advance them to the next round or the qualifying rounds. Also Namibia, of course, playing on Wednesday, and let's talk to Ola Blau briefly. Ola Blau that made his debut against France, and Ola Blau also touched on just the mental state and the preparations for the big game against Uruguay coming up on Wednesday.
Ons coach het ook in die kleedkamer met ons gepraat. Gesê it's a bit of humiliation. Ja, maar ons moet dit net agter ons sit. Ons het 'n task. Obviously ons target vir Uruguay. Ons wil met die wen wegstap, so is die laaste 5-6 dae wat ons al die werk gaan insit en kyk ons Uruguay sak kan vat.
Dit dan die stem daar van Ola Blau, hy sê reserve skrimskakel van die Namibiese rugbyspan, en ook PJ van Lille, hy is ook 'n belangrike speler in die Namibiese groep. Ons het met PJ van Lille gevra om sy mening gekry solank in die opbou na die groot wedstryd Woensdag in Uruguay. Hierso is PJ van Lille.
Ja, die ding is vir ons is so kort. Turnaround elke keer soos Engels is gesê, ons is die enigste span wat nie 'n afweek het nie. So ons gaan terug môre na ons basis toe, en dan 2 dae oefening, dan moet ons alweer volgende wedstryd toe. Elke 6 dae speel ons soos moeilik, maar ek dink ons is 'n kerngroep senior spelers wat maar net die res van die spelers sal moet lig. En ons sal maar ons wonde lek vanaand, maar môreoggend as die son opkom, kom die son op vir almal.
That then PJ van Lille, big game coming up on Wednesday, Namibia playing Uruguay. Just briefly, in Group A at the moment, after the games that was played, only it is France and Namibia that's played 3 games. France leading Group A, they've got 13 points. Second, Italy at the moment on 10 points after 2 games. And the All Blacks, they've got 5 points after 2 games. So big game coming up this coming week for all the teams in that group. The Namibian team, of course, they're up against Uruguay. Uruguay did very well against France, just losing 27 points to 12, very competitive against France. So all to play for, that is coming up on Wednesday. Just to maybe make a note, that kickoff on Wednesday is 5:45. That is Namibian and Lyon time. Ari Hougaard for Sportrap in Lyon.
This month on DStv Premium, the English Premiership is in full swing. Catch all the footballing action.
He's done it again!
Damian Lewis and Guy Pearce star in A Spy Among Friends, a thrilling limited series about a double agent.
Espionage going to be intoxicating.
And relive the masterful comedy of Key and Peele with both season 1 and 2.
You're feeling it!
It's your moment to be entertained by staying connected to DStv Premium.
Well, that's all that we do have for you on today's Sport Trap show. Sports Trap will be back again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Goodbye.